Hey guys, welcome back. This is our 10th episode. We reached the double digits. So, today I'm your host, Shanti.
My name is Aizy.
And this is Evelyn.
Clearly it's been some weeks.
So let's catch up, y'all. A lot of news have been happening. A lot of TikTok virals, a lot of news, a lot of Met Gala. Any favorite dresses that you guys had so far from the Met Gala?
Yes. I feel like even though it wasn't the crazy, most extravagant thing, I feel like for me, Anne Hathaway's dress was like everything. Like I feel like it was very Met Gala. It very much encompassed like Karl Lagerfeld and Versace. Like I feel like it just was like the perfect mix. Like the classic, Chanel flowers and the tweed. I just feel like to me, she did it the best.
I think my favorite, personally, what I would wear, I'm not too creative and stuff with like my looks. Oh, clearly, someone's saying clearly in their head. I can already read it. But it would be like Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa, her dress was really nice, and it was like, it wasn't as exaggerated as others, but I think it's very like me.
Yeah. It's an archive, I believe, from Chanel too. So yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Chantal?
I liked. I have the same favorite as Isis. I love Anne Hathaway's dress. I feel like when I saw it, I was like, I want that dress. Like, I want to wear it. But I did like Billie Eilish. I feel like it was such a different look for her.
Oh, yeah, from her other years?
Yeah,
I agree.
Billie Eilish usually wears, like, big old t-shirts, big
and
old
her eyes stood out even more.
Yeah, she just looked
she was, like really, like, big blue eyes.
I feel like to me, I did not like her look.
No, you didn't
like
Billie
I feel
Eilish?
like she looked like a villain, like someone from a scary movie.
Oh, maybe that was a point, though.
Yeah,
she was stand out, like she was like the back. Yeah,
she was trying to look like approachable or like I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't. Really
but I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite scenes though was when A$AP Rocky jumped from the freaking audience.
Like,
dude, with the girl with the glass, she was like I was like, oh shit! Did you see the video?
No,
dude, A$AP Rocky, he was in the fan crowd, and then he just randomly like was trying to make his way to the front, and people were like kind of pushing, like what the hell? And dude, he eventually like got on the gate and he squished a girl's head so he can just go and jump, bro. And she was like, what the hell? And then when she saw it was A$AP Rocky, she was like, A$AP Rocky!
She was all mad until it was A$AP. Then she was like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
No wonder you feel entitled. Like, she'll get over it.
Yeah.
He tweeted at her though, he's like, sorry, sweetheart.
But Rihanna though, she always looks fire. I feel like no matter what she wears, she
cute.
Makes her look just look good. And I think just because Rihanna's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, I agree. I think I was expecting more. I feel like
because she could have used her belly bump, like you know how she's done with other styles.
That's
like
true.
She incorporates it. She could have done
true.
something like that.
Yeah, I feel like I just expected a little bit more from her. I feel like it was a pretty outfit, but I don't know. I just think it was very simple. Like I get it was again the Chanel like white flowers, very like classic, but I feel like Rihanna does like the most, So
Yeah, she does.
I just think Rihanna's so beautiful, and like whatever she wears, I'm like, dude, you look just gorgeous in anything that you wear.
No,
I think it's also crazy the amount of money that they paid for the tables inside.
Oh, it's like $350, no?
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard it was like 500 to like up K. Like depending on the table. If Gucci pays for you, that's why they invite you.
Damn.
Like these big brands invite people like, oh, like I don't know, Anne Hathaway, I want you to this table. That's why they represent their brand. But I was like, that's crazy. And it's funny, too, how no one really knows what happens in there.
Yeah.
But clearly, Bad Bunny left with Kendall, and we all saw that. So if you're trying to hide, whoa.
Honestly.
Why he looked like the bride and she like the groom?
Bro.
Like, do you think that was
I
planned?
think this is all PR. I think this is all PR.
I
really
don't think so. I
so.
think it was coincidence, but what a coincidence.
I know.
Well, he got the backless shirt though.
He's all posing too.
Yeah, like the group. The bride. She has like a back, her open back.
Yeah,
like the
have
pose.
you seen the video? Like, quinceañera dentro.
And the way he's holding his what is it like? The flowers. And it's like I can't with him.
Shit's guts. Honestly, I can't thirst after him the same after like he's dating her. Like I feel like I don't know. I feel like I do think he's attractive, but I just can't thirst over him the same.
Yeah, I mean
it does change it. It does change people, but I definitely do think it's PR for sure. It's like you can see there's no chemistry.
I'm like, what do they speak?
You think
Or
Kris
is she in all
Jenner is
fours?
like in on this? Maybe Kris Jenner.
The whole family? I don't know, because you know how they say that sometimes when they're falling down, they need to date someone bigger just so they can keep their fame up.
But bitch, he's not falling down. He was just in third place. I'm
talking about the Kardashians when they're falling down. They need to date someone that's bigger.
Why would he wouldn't need to do that? I feel like
it's not about
him, B. It's about the Kardashians.
Kendall got shitted on because of Selena Gomez stuff that's been going on. So it was
mostly Kylie though, no?
No, they were shitting on Kendall too because they were kind of digging up old stuff. A lot of old stuff are popping up because they're just trying to like show everybody the bigger picture of like how deep and how back this goes. Yeah. But Kendall.
Oh, I do. When they went to with Gigi Hadid, they went to
Dubai.
Yeah. She was in on it to get Selena to go to Dubai with Gigi Hadid, and she went to Paris. With Justin Bieber and hooked up with him.
That's so crazy.
And Selena
you told
Gomez,
your friend to fuck your man?
No. I'm lying. That's one of the things that she did. I'm okay. No. When Selena Gomez got taken, like where was it again? Dubai. Yeah. Okay, that was because Hailey wanted some alone time with him. Yeah. And Kendall was in on it. Kendall was with Selena, but she was doing that so they can get alone time. And then another thing that Kendall did that was snakish was when Selena Gomez, I think, went to Paris, and then Justin Bieber followed her. And I don't know how Kendall found out that Justin and them were in Paris, but she went and followed him and met him up at a coffee shop. Dude, and then Selena Gomez left early because she found out that they were together. She's like, "What the fuck am I doing here then?"
That's so crazy. Hey, talking about Mean Girls. Whoa.
Yeah, there's a lot of Mean Girls. That's for sure.
And that video, did you guys see that video of that girl that got bullied by the two? It was an Astro game. Yeah. There's two girls behind her that were supposedly photobombing, and they were like, we were photobombing. And then she got it on clip and she posted it, and then it got more than 50 million views.
Yeah, I think the reason why it looks so bad is because they're grown ass women. You know, like why are you acting like high school bitches? You know, like over here making little, bro, to figure out their age. I'm just like, grow the fuck up, bro. That's
but that's not it, and it's crazy because that's not even photobombing though. Like photobombing is like if you do like something weird, but sucking the middle finger at her, and then like filming and saying lame. Like I didn't think that was photobombing. Yeah, I thought that was a little bit more past photobombing.
Yeah, no, that's for sure like bullying, and I think the reason why they look so bad is because they're not little high school girls doing it. Like they're grown ass women, you know.
I just feel like the response was crazy. I feel like people were doxing these girls, trying to get them kicked out, ruin their life, and I feel like the internet is not a real place. Like you guys, I just think some people are straight up pussies. I don't give a fuck. Like straight up pussies. And like want to like destroy people's life. Okay, they were mean. They were mean girls. Do they deserve to get their life ruined? Like,
I don't think that she knew though. I will say though, I do think that she didn't think her end goal was gonna go up to this. But whoever thinks that this video is gonna go viral,
she knew what she was doing by posting that video. She wanted to get the attention. She wanted to be like, oh my god, everyone look at me. What was me? She was a victim. And yeah, what happened to her was wrong. She was the person. She was the, she was someone who like. She was not the perpetrator in the situation, but I feel like she knew exactly what she was doing. Like,
I would disagree though. I will say that her plan wasn't like I'm gonna be a victim. No, I don't think so.
I feel like I get what you're saying because this is nothing new that the internet does it.
Yeah,
so I get what she's saying, but at the same time, I feel like those girls walked into that because they knew that she was recording and they still didn't give a fuck and did mean stuff. Yeah. So that it's like, you get me? Like at that point. You did this to yourself. Like, you knew there was a camera and you were still being a bitch. Like, it's her video. She has the right to post it or not. And they knew that she was going to post something.
And now that's something, I also want to say that's something out of her control now. What is she going to do? Like, tell everybody. She did tell everybody to stop after. She recorded that video after. I was like, can you guys please stop the hate? But those girls did that second video, but never apologized. They just explained.
They did apologize.
Not in the video, though. She said in the person that they didn't apologize until she said until they apologized
it looked like they were just, like, trying to,
she even stated it herself.
Gaslight us.
Yeah. In the video, they were like, first of all, we did this, but there was no harm. Our intentions were that. That's it.
I just feel like, what, are they supposed to get up and, like, move out of their seat because she's taking a video for, like, a long time?
No. You don't have to react, though, behind someone's video.
No, like I said, I'm not saying their actions are correct. I'm just saying, like, I feel that people's response on the internet to, like, obviously the picture she's painting, that she's so her, she wants people to feel bad for her. She posted it because she clearly wanted a reaction. She wanted to be victimized. Like, she wanted to gain popularity. Like, people do this all the time with poverty porn. They do the same thing. Like, so I just feel like it was so extreme. If she wanted to prove her point, she could have blurred their face out, cut it out, put a sticker. and been like, because she could have kept her, she caught her captions, she edited, she did all this, but she wouldn't confront them. So it's just like.
But to be honest, I would feel bad if they look like if they look like they like, how do I put it? Like
remorseful?
Yeah, if they look remorseful, if they look like unbothered. They even
said
said, they're like, we have busy lives. That's why we took long to reply.
That's like, what I'm saying. Why, what do you guys want them to do? Be crying their eyes out? They were just being bitches. Just cut those bitches out the video, post your video. Like, you could have turned back and you could have said something, but she knew what she was doing, putting on the internet. She wanted people to fight for her.
I disagree. I feel like when bitches like that are mean, they get what they asked for, and when they get in position of being a bully,
oh my god, I'm a bully, and now I regret it. Being a bitch on
it's
camera.
like, yeah, because you got put on blast now. If I'm pretty sure if they wouldn't have been putting it out on blast like that, it would have happened again. I'm pretty positive it would have happened again.
No, like I said, I think they're bitches. I think that they do deserve to.
But you keep saying that she was like she wanted attention. She was a victim. She did
when
on
you
purpose.
post things. At the end of the day, when you post things on the internet, like there is going to be retention, and when you post things like that, you know you're gonna get a reaction.
You'll get a reaction, but it was out of her control to get everyone's reaction.
I think the girl was just in shock. I think she was in disbelief. You can see her face. She's just like, yeah. Because bitch, I would be shocked too. Same. If I'm recording and I hear bitches acting like little kids, and I'm like, is this really? And then happening?
Another thing about that is like, a lot of us can confront them, right? Bitch, I know a lot of people that cannot confront out of anxiety, out of nervousness, they just can't. And that's just who they are. Thankfully, I feel like I can stand up if someone says something, but I do have friends that they can't. But it's like, I'll stand up for them. I do what I can. But some people aren't raised like this. Some people weren't raised tough or a little rougher.
Like I said,
or it's just not in their nature.
And not in their nature.
I just feel like she knew what she was doing by posting. I just feel like those girls.
But those girls know what they were doing too.
I started to feel bad for those girls because I'm like, people were literally trying to ruin their lives just because of something simple. I feel like that's my point. Like, you guys, like, people are allowing this. They're saying it's okay for people to cancel people on the internet, to try to dox them, ruin their lives. Like, unless I feel like it's some racist shit where this is just some mean girl behavior. Fuck those bitches, talk shit, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But it's just like, this is not something that, like, oh my God, forever she's gonna, it wasn't like a discrimination because of, like, their gender, sex.
But I feel like what you don't understand, it's like, yeah, it's not racism. They weren't being racist. They weren't, they weren't being sexist. But, bitch, they were being bullies.
They were still being mean people.
And people commit suicide all the time.
Bullies are mean people.
But it's not even about being mean. It's about what happens when people act like that. A lot of people commit suicide because of bullying. Right. Like, it's not something light. I'm sorry. It's not. Like, I feel like you carry yourself very high. So, like, it's hard for someone to, like, tumble your tower. But to other people, it's not like that. Like, they probably worked really hard to have the confidence that they have or to feel like they do. And, like, stuff like that can be triggering, and it can bring them to a state of mind where they're just back, like, questioning themselves, like, do I look stupid? Shouldn't I be doing this? So I feel like they knew they were being recorded, first of all. They knew that there was a possibility she can post that shit. They know how the internet works. How many Karens get doxxed? How many Karens get fired? Or racist people? Like, it's nothing new. So that's why I don't feel bad for them. I don't. Yeah. They saw the camera. That's why they were acting like that. They walked into that. And for me, like, I know what bullying really does to your mentality. So for me, I don't see it as like something light. Like,
honestly, same. I feel like when I see that, it triggers me because I remember how I was treated. I was never mistreated for my race, but I was mistreated for my looks when I was younger. But I clearly remember those people. And till this day, if someone does that same thing that they did to me, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have done the same thing. Like, screw you, I've experienced this before. Like, what the fuck? You think you're gonna get away with this shit? Just like my bully did? Yeah. No, she's over here living life. She doesn't probably know. She hurt people's feelings that affected them for years. Yeah. And I think it goes. I will agree with that, Chantel, when you said like not everyone was built like where no one could break your tower. Some people aren't just raised like that.
Yeah, they're not given that type of assurance, or or they're just not naturally like that. You know, and like I know when I was little, I was like anxious and like just like. I don't know, like the love was not there for myself yet.
Yeah, and again, I think it goes back how you were raised. If you were raised as an anxious kid, bitch, shit like that triggers you, where you overthink a lot, bitch. As an overthinker, well, hey, what's up, call me overthinker. No, as an overthinker, my whole life though, it's like I leave with the person's comment. Back then, I feel like now I'm a lot better at that. But when someone used to bully me, I used to think about it till like the 2 days because I didn't know how to deal with that. Yeah, and maybe there's still adults that still think like that because they haven't. What's you say, madurar, like evolved or whatever. Yeah. But to each own.
Yeah. And for me, I think what made it worse, like I said, it's just the reaction. Like, oh, we have a life. That's why we took long. Like, they clearly don't give a fuck, so why should I? You know? Like, why should I feel bad when you don't even feel bad about the situation? Like, you don't even, like, they probably only told the girl, like, oh, they need to, but they're still putting up a front, like, they're hard to the world. So I'm going to treat you as is then. You know, you want to act tough, then you're tough. You can take it then. You know? Like, that's how I feel about that. But we all have our own perspectives. I feel like, yes, does the internet go too fucking far?
Maybe because I was a fucking instigator and I used to talk my shit.
Bitch, but you're, how old? Do you still do that?
No, I don't.
Bitch, they're our age.
I just feel like they don't deserve to be doxxed. I feel like, to me, that's extreme. Because I feel like that means we're all susceptible to being able to be put on the internet and put docs and like have our life ruined just because
just simply don't just be a nice person.
I know, don't be a bitch. Don't be that.
I'm sorry, not everyone gets to have a good day. What if they had some badass news? What if shit's been going on? You're gonna say people are not allowed to have bad days?
Yeah, but it's pretty clear they didn't have a bad day when they explained that they had the explanation.
They were laughing.
I'm saying I just feel like making this acceptable is like allowing future events.
Maybe things could have switched around if they give an explanation. If they actually said, you know what, we had a shitty blah blah. But no, they were just busy with their lives. So to each their own. But going back to that, do men really do love bitches? Whoa.
Whoa.
Hey, they both had boyfriends. No, but they both had boyfriends, didn't they? Too?
Yeah. Oh, okay, so...
Oh, the ex-boyfriend? I saw, bro.
No, I didn't.
The ex-boyfriend put her on blast,
yeah,
bro.
That she's a hating ass bitch.
That she would always do that to the same girls. Like, every time he'd say hi to a girl, it's just like... she would be mean.
Yeah, or if there was like a bomb bitch walking, or bomb bitch in the group.
Oh no, she's a hater.
She would literally talk shit and just be like, oh, she shouldn't even look that good, or she's not even.
She'll just say something negative about them.
I take back and I still don't believe they should be dogs. I'm still against that. Yeah. But if they're haters are lame. Haters, like, you have nothing better to do.
Bitch, but that's all I saw when I saw that video.
Nothing better but to motivate me.
Wow. Haters.
Hey, like Cat Williams said, if you have 14 haters, you better figure out how to get 16 haters by the end of the motherfucking night. So I'm on 15 right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, he put her on blast, like, bad, but
I mean,
he probably wanted some attention, to be honest.
Exactly.
He's like, I'm gonna milk this shit.
But then but she had a new boyfriend that was defending her. So I mean,
you could be a bitch at one and develop with the other.
True.
People are allowed to grow.
But clearly, she has not developed, though.
Yeah, so clearly, bitches still...
I just feel like she just showed me everything what I don't like about bitches. You know?
I feel like she's not a bitch. She's a hater. A hater. I feel like a hater...
She's a hating-ass bitch.
Yeah. Okay, she's a hating-ass bitch. But bitch, I like to take credit of the word bitch, and I feel like I'm not like that. I'm a bitch, but I'm not those. Like, I feel like she's a mean hater.
What's your description, though?
I would say her mean hater. I wouldn't call her bitch. I would say she's a mean hater.
Yo, what's your description of, like, men love bitches? What is a bitch to you? Like,
bitch to me is someone who's assertive, who's boss, who's like confident in themselves, who doesn't take any shit, and like is still a good person, but like above all else, they put themselves first.
Okay, Shanti?
Yeah, I would say a bitch is everything that Isa said, you know, and like basically a woman that just puts her boundaries and you know, knows what the fuck she wants and secure and has a lot of self-love for herself. A woman that is busy, a woman that has interests, a woman that's independent, you know, just like a woman that you're just like, damn, like that's a fucking woman right there.
That's a boss woman right there walking. Yeah, I agree. I feel like self-love, confident, a girl that has like boundaries, a woman that has boundaries and knows when to say no. That, like, if a guy hits you up last minute, I'm available. No, girl. Go with your original plans. Go with what you had planned. He can see you another day. You know, put yourself first.
Yeah.
So, but then people will often misinterpret the word and say bitch like a rude girl. And people will say, no, men don't like rude girls. I was like, that's not the definition of what we're talking about, though.
Yeah.
If you've read the book. Because clearly we haven't. But we read some articles.
I walk the walk.
Yeah, no. You know what's crazy? That book, Why Men Love Bitches. I remember I bought it at a yard sale when I was like 10 or 11.
I remember. I told her.
So she told me that.
I was like,
and
Chantal had that book in middle school.
I thought that book was new.
I never read it, but I should have.
You bought it?
The universe was like, here, the playbook. And I was like,
no, I can't. Well, too bad I can't read.
Hey, bitch, I just say it catched up like 6-7 years
Hey, she's all walking, and she's walking in the middle school halls like, oh, hey, waiting for someone to ask her about the book. I have boundaries.
Hey, the reason it was actually just really exciting because it had the word bitches, and you knew it was a bad word.
And my mom let me buy it, so I was like,
whoa.
Like, I got a bad word in my pocket. It was good.
Do you know what? I feel like that book's kind of similar to the Steve Harvey book. What's that one where
Think Like a Man?
Think Like a Man?
Oh.
I feel like
you know what's funny? The whole time that I like read articles about the white men love bitches, I'm like, so act like a man. That's basically what it's saying. Like the whole time I was like, they were saying points like, you know, don't reply too fast or just match their energy, be unpredictable, be busy, be independent, still have your hobbies, be on life. I'm not saying that's like a manly trait, but it's like kind of like don't give yourself.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
like I'm definitely like a man.
Yeah, it's like be selfish because that's what men are drawn to. And I'm like, bro, so men like men.
No, dude, I agree. Men. I definitely agree with that. I think like the coolest part about it. Whoa, someone could flex. Hey, don't show the flex though. Whoa.
Hey, come join it.
Another question of mine was, okay, when do you feel like you should cook for a man when you're dating them?
After a year.
After a year?
Like, I've been together.
Bitch, you're 4 years late.
Hey, I cook for my man. I'm
not judging you. I was 7 years late.
Yeah, my man cooks for me. Hey, but it's 2023, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like you should start cooking when you're hungry and you can't afford to eat out.
When you completely have to,
when
or
you
you'll starve and die.
Like
literally, you know what's crazy?
Like literally until you become like, once you become like proposed, then you gotta stop. Like you gotta shit, you know. But like that's why being boyfriend girlfriend, like you keep on going out. You know, you don't gotta place your own unless
you spend that money and you end up broke. Whoa,
hey.
Hey. No, dude, I remember that back then. Isis, you used to say something like, "Oh, I would never cook for a man." I remember you just saying something like that before, and it stuck with me, bro. A lot of things this girl be saying just stick with me, and I'm like, whoa. And I take them too literal when I shouldn't. And I was just like, dang.
I didn't cook for a man. I cooked for my husband. It wasn't for nobody but my actual husband. You feel me? Like, I did it at the end of the day. Like I said, for me, bitch, I couldn't afford to go out to eat every day because I was now paying my house. Like, you know, like now there's like live bills where it's like, when I didn't live with them, like, bro, we
cereal,
always to eat.
ice with water, the best.
No,
dude, I feel like
milk and ice.
With experience, I've never really cooked for a guy. I have because it's like a special moment or like he deserves it and stuff like that. Yeah. But like if like I'm just dating you and you're just coming to my place, I'm not gonna have a home cooked meal because of that same thought that I was engraved in my head. I was like, wait, I shouldn't.
But I feel like if you want to cater, you should.
Yeah, no. But at first, I was very strict to that. I was very strict. I was like, I don't know if I should even cook because then he's going to think like he has me wifed up. He hasn't wifed me up. But I was overthinking that.
Don't.
But then I was like, you know what? Like, you're right. Goes back to that dating experience. So that's where we get to know each other, get to go out, gets to know if he truly got me when we go on dinner or not. But yeah.
Honestly, because I'm saying no because I was that girl, you know? And I did it because I wanted to. Like, I didn't do it because like, I want this guy to like me and like, no. It was just natural.
But you're a natural giver.
I am a natural giver.
What was that thing I used to always tell you? Let's see, remember. Like when you were with your ex. Remember?
What?
I was like, don't do wifey shit.
That's the thing I remember from you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that
I always say,
honestly.
Never do wifey things when you're a girlfriend or when like someone's not positioning you for like the wife treatment.
Oh wait, so you're saying when it's not your girlfriend, but if it's a girlfriend, you can then.
No. She's saying don't act like a wife when you're just the girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. And like I'm saying, like just a girlfriend. Like I'm talking about they don't like respect you. They don't treat you like you're a priority. Like you're doing wifey things and like what is your reward? Like this person either you're treating your partner, but they're not necessarily giving you like, I want this to be lasting, or they're not really treating you like a husband. Meanwhile, you're doing wifey things. So it's just like reciprocate the energy, you know? Yeah. And then me, I always felt like I was a girlfriend, so I'm not going to be doing that to you until it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah. But you see, like, I always did all these things because I wanted to. Like, it was natural.
Like I said, I think you're a natural giver, though, in general.
Yeah.
Like, you love giving to us.
It felt good. Like, it just felt good to do it. Like, I never did it because I want the guy to like me. I was delusional. I was like, he already likes me. You know? I was like, now, like, let me do all this because he does this.
I feel like I am a lover girl, but I let my thoughts of like, I don't want him to think this of me, hold me back. Like, I don't want him to think he got me like that just because I made him a meal, hold me back. But I do love giving. But then sometimes in my thoughts, I'm like, I wonder what he may be thinking of this.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to that. Like I just said, it goes what's being reciprocated, right? when I met a guy that I was dating a while back, he was giving me like all this energy and vibes and just everything I asked for in a man, obviously.
Yeah.
Not for a long term, but in the beginning. So I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm supposed to be, I want to give back. Naturally, you want to give back.
Yeah.
But because they're valuing you, they're showing you that, you're right here, you're like my pedestal, and you're like, okay, well, this is where I should deserve, I should be nice back. And you're giving and giving and giving.
Exactly.
And then that sometimes you get lost in your giving, which I've done before. And then now I'm stuck just giving. And they're like, okay, I got her like that. Now it's time for me to like avoid like retreat like myself or space away. And you're like, dang, you got me good. You were a good actor.
I wish I was just more unpredictable. That's what I wish. Like I wish that like, so when I did things like that, I was actually appreciated because it's like, oh shit, she's doing this, then because I feel like men just naturally get used to you. Like once you start doing things in the beginning, like they think like, oh, she's always gonna do this, and then you keep doing it, and they're gonna think, oh, like you said, like, I got her around my finger, like, and then it kills that desire, it kills the chase, it kills the mystery, it kills, like, so that's why it's like even if you're married, you still have to keep playing that kind of game because of the way I feel like men work. I'm not saying like play the exact game when you guys are just dating, because when you're just dating, you do got to play that kind of tough game. Like you got to like not put all your eggs in one basket and really like kind of like match his energy,
I feel like honestly when you're married, I feel like there's a different commitment than being a boyfriend or girlfriend. I feel like I don't have any boundaries up, but I don't give like my 1,000,000% where I'm gonna lose myself. Like I still put me first in my
that's why like it never stops. Like,
but it's not like a game of like, oh, I gotta be emperor. It's more like I'm independent, and like if you walk away, my life will continue. Like obviously it'll be hard, but like you have to still keep that independence. I don't think you no longer need to play that game, because it's like if they want to leave you, they got to go through a process. You feel me?
Yeah, I guess when I'm talking about in games, it's like me, like I'm a natural giver, right? I still don't want to be all in when I'm a wife. That's what I'm saying. I still gotta like kind of reach like press my life. Don't
you gotta allow them to
don't
do
clean his laundry, or don't like. I still gotta push myself back because I don't want to be his mom. I don't want to be that woman where it's like picking up after him, doing that.
Dude, I heard about that.
Like, I want to have my own, like you said, your own independence, my own life. I feel like a lot of women where they mess up too is once they get married, they have kids, like they don't have any more friends. They don't have an independent life, a hobby. Like their life is their family, and that's it. And there's nothing wrong with it. But I feel like subconsciously, men, it's like it's boring, like there's no unpredictability. It's
and
like
even like I think definitely like even the mom, gets absent.
Yeah, and even you feel like now you're gonna expect a lot from your husband because you don't have friends like that, you don't have community like that, you don't have a hobby, so you're just always on your husband. Like your husband's your everything, and it should never be like that.
And I think we've mentioned this before in a different podcast, in a different episode. It's like, do not depend your happiness on one individual. And I'm not saying it can be multiple individuals when you have your friends and family, and go do things that you actually enjoy when you're not with him. Because if you expect yourself to be doing everything with him, like, oh, I want to do this painting class with you. Well, I think those are dates, right? But if you want to do everything with him, when you have an opportunity to hang out with your friend, you're going to see your man at the end of the day.
It's okay to do everything with him, but also do other things.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, it's okay to do, if you want to experience everything with your partner, because I'm like that too. Like, I want to experience a lot of things. But at the same time, like, I want to be with my girls too. I want to go out with my girls, experience things with them too. And it's just finding that balance.
Yes.
But I know, like, once you have kids, it's like, it's fucking hard,
And
like,
that's when I think you should be careful who you choose, like, as a partner, because that's essential. Like, obviously, it's a choice of two. Like, 100% of unwanted pregnancies are caused by men's ejaculation. Like, I can't get myself pregnant. If you didn't, if you didn't pull out, then that's like that was your responsibility in order. That's the way I could get pregnant.
We don't know that y'all about
I can't. Unless y'all say it. Unless you lock it in, But like, pick your partner wisely, because I feel like that's too why sometimes women want to do those things, but they don't have like the access. They have to constantly be their everything for their partner, and so their partner doesn't really give them, like you said, like there's no space to be like, oh, let me cover for you, let me do this, because you give me everything, you always do this. Yeah. And it's like, at the end of the day, if we're a partnership and you're an active parent, like there has to be an on and off switch off, And obviously if you're a stay-at-home parent, like that might look different for you, but it's still both parents' responsibility to be active.
I feel that's why it's like since the beginning you should really set that boundary and that thing like, no, I'm not gonna be your mama. You know, like we're a partnership. That's what I want. And just like, and I think that's what the book means by being a bitch. It doesn't mean like literally be a bitch. It just means like be assertive, be, you know, like be busy, like don't be needy, like. And honestly, I am not a needy person, and I don't like a needy partner. So when I read that, I was like, okay, now I do relate to a man because, like, I like my space, you know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I like having my own life. I like having, like, when I have dated people in the past that were needy, like, I did ghost them, you know? I did feel, like, a little too suffocated. Like, oh, this is not for me, you know? So, yeah, and I do see a lot of women that are really needy. Like, once they get a man, it's like they literally drop their friends. All their life is their partner. And it's like even past like the honey.
That.
Yeah,
with my friends, and I'm not trying to call anyone out, but you know who you are. When you drop yourself for a man, and you, it's like and you're just like all of a sudden you go ghost on me, and the only message I get is when like we're not together anymore, and I'm like, oh, bro. There was a sentence in the article that says, "Don't act like their mama. Like text me when you go home, or like, oh please, like make sure to eat before this." Bro, you're a grown ass man. You need someone to tell you don't forget when to eat. You know?
Yeah, I feel like, but we do have to be like, some people they just like different things. Some people enjoy doing those. I'm not speaking for them, but I'm speaking, you know, like in regards to like other perspectives. You know, I just feel like some people want to be those type of partners, and that should be fine. But I just feel like it's reciprocation.
I think I don't know if it's mine, because I was reading in the book that's when a guy feels like, oh, okay, you're being more needy like my mama. I don't want my mama around. I already have my mama around. I don't need you to be like, please be home at this time. Like this. Like, yeah. Dude, I dated a guy before. I dated a guy before where he would be like, oh, just make sure you get home safe. Like, what time are you going to get around home? And I was just probably like 11. He's like, okay, like, just let me know. Text me if it's before then. And I'm like, okay. I'd go at 12. And he's like, I'd get home at 12. He'd be like, I thought you were getting home at 11. I'm like, whoa, sorry, officer. Arrest me because clearly I got tickets.
Hey, men, don't start acting like our dads, please. Like, don't wear that. Don't do. No, I don't want you going out. Yeah. Like, hell no. Like,
what? I'm out.
Hey, don't drop.
But that's why it goes back to what Isa said too: is be wise with who you date or choose to be your partner in your life. This is why you have time and experience and date people and know if this is gonna be the one. Because out of all the dates I went on, whoa, clearly I haven't found the one. But I clearly know what I don't want and what I do want in a partner. That's why you really get to know someone and see if this is a person that's really gonna fit in with your family. Yeah. Again, your partner isn't gonna be always have to get along with your family, because I know for some it doesn't. For me personally, it does have to be like that. But I think it's important that your partner also, or the person that you're dating, shows an interest in you and your family, because when you get older too, you want to know that he's also going to care about your family. Yeah. Doesn't mean taking care of them and freaking, because everyone's different, but I'm talking like watching out for them, etc., etc.
Dating a man is just family oriented.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, maybe I was describing my dream man right now. And you have to have also blue eye. I'm just kidding.
She's not.
I'm kidding.
She's not.
I am kidding.
She's not. But yeah, I totally agree. Like, this is why I think, you know, women are getting married older. And I think it's like people think like, oh, she's alone, she's miserable. And like people feel bad for people that are like are in their 30s, 40s, single. And it's just like, you shouldn't feel bad for them, because a lot of people have been in decades-long relationships with people that they should have left decades ago.
Why people feel also alone in their late 20s or 30s is because social media, it has a huge impact on how people feel. And I say that because I have cousins that feel that way, or people I know in my life that are like, I don't know, I just feel weird that I haven't met someone, they're 27, 28, but they see this on social media. Subconsciously, they're thinking about that when they go to bed, like, dang, I still don't have my partner. But I think we're also in a generation where we're constantly working. We know how to prioritize ourselves. We have careers. We're becoming more independent, that we aren't liking that much anymore.
I just think we're not willing to settle. Like, if we have the capacity to, you know, achieve a lot of our dreams and goals, and we can be independent and still like live nice, I think that we're no longer wanting to settle or compromise for somebody who's not willing to be an active participant or make your life easier. Like, why?
I think what it is too, I feel like back then women, like, we married men because of like stability and like other stuff like that, you know, like status. And what kind of job they got, like more material things, because we couldn't work, we couldn't, you know, accomplish all those things that they were able to accomplish on our own. So we were looking something else. So, and that's why if we were get divorced, like we would lose out on that. So that's why I feel like women would stay, because either they have kids and, you know, they know if they leave, they never worked in their day in their life. They just, it's kind of hard to like get back on their feet and find independence. Now that us in this generation, a lot of the women are independent. We are working. We are successful. It's like now we look at a man and it's like, okay, cool. You have a job like me. You have a car like me. You're stable like me. What else you got for me? And men have nothing else to offer, right? Because then you get to know them and they're dicks or they're misogynist or something. And you're just like, ew, you get the ick. And you're just like, no. And I feel like men are not realizing that we actually want to find a partner. Like we want to, we want someone that we can hang around with, because we want more. Equal. Yeah. Exactly. We want more than just what you got. You know, like who are you as a person? And I feel like now men have to be better as a person, and they're bitching about it. And they're saying women now are this, women that. Like, no, it's just we have different standards than our moms and than our ancestors. Like, we're looking for an actual partner, you know? So I feel like that's why it's like you see a lot of lonely men now, you know, or like, you know, and you see a lot of lonely women, you know? It's like, but it goes back to like, women just don't need men the way they used to need men. Yes. They just don't. A lot of women, even statistically, they're the happiest. Single women are the happiest women on earth.
Hey, I'm going to go again. Hey.
But I think it's because, like, you know, it's sad to admit this, but yeah, when you get with a man, like I said, I'm guilty of this. You naturally want to give. Like, I'm naturally like that. I want to give my all. Like, and it's just like you lose yourself when you do that. Yeah. You know, like,
shout out to having daddy issues. You learn not to give everything.
Hey, she's already like this to men before.
Hey, like
she wasn't even a teenager. See, I grew up with parents that were really in love, beautiful marriage. So I've always been a hopeless romantic, you know?
Me too.
And so, like, I mean, I never looked for a boyfriend. Like, I feel like every time I've been in a relationship, they found me, you know, and like it just happened.
Crazy how it just comes to you. And literally after she ends a relationship, boom. Whoa.
Dude, I always say like, I'm gonna be single, I'm this, like, and then boom, it just happens, you know. But anyways, yeah, like I feel like as women, like we do lose ourselves when we do that. We lose our identity a little bit.
If you're gonna offer us like you got a good job title, whatever, all that, but hey, 1 through 10, how good is your emotional intelligence?
Yeah. Oh. And it's rare. I feel like it's rare to find men with emotional intelligence.
Yeah. Like, I think personally, I emotionally want to connect with someone. You know, I want to talk to you about my feelings. I want to talk, hey, like, this made me feel this way. Or I'm very deep with my emotions. So I love talking about that. Other people, they don't. You know, sometimes it's just they don't need that. But I guess it goes back to everyone's needs.
I feel like us as women, like, we just want to feel safe with you as a man, you know? And that comes with the emotional. Like, we want to feel good to just cry in front of you and not feel judged, you know, and to just really feel like, oh, he really cares, you know. And I feel like a lot of men don't understand that. Like, they lack that emotional intelligence. Like, they're very avoidant, you know, or they just like don't know what to do, or they just try to give you a solution. It's like, whoa, I'm just trying to like
well, maybe we are gonna ask for advice here. But I recently was dating someone where I felt like they ran away from their problems, right? And at first I felt guilt. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But then I was talking to my therapist. She was just like, it kind of seemed like he was just running away from his problems, though. Well, I was like, and then I kept thinking, again, putting the blame on myself. Should I have taught him not to run away from his problems? But maybe he was going to learn with me. But then at the end of the day, I mean, he left. Yeah. You know, like, he ran away from the problem of the conversation where we were just getting deep. He became avoidant. I was like, no, I think it's just better. It doesn't work. I'm like, okay, well, that's that. Yeah. But it made me think, like, should I have put a little bit more effort on trying to fix that person? No, right? It's not my job.
It's not your job at all. I feel like that's his job. And like, just like an addict, you can't force an addict to not do drugs. They have to kind of go through life and then hit rock bottom or whatever needs to happen for them to like do a radical change. I think the same thing with men that are like that. You know, they have to do inner healing. That's something that it's out of your control and has nothing to do with you. You know, it's just something they're dealing that's had to do with childhood. but it's up to them. They have to want to do better. If they don't, they're not going to, you know?
Let me cancel my therapist membership. So you're available on Mondays?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, you know, I've always heard that a man, doesn't matter if you're a perfect woman or you're a bad woman, a man that doesn't want to be kept is not going to be kept.
Facts.
Like, it's just the way they are, you know?
And I think, what do you look for in a partner? That if he already has a job, everything that you need when it comes to stability, what do you look for?
I'm not looking for a partner. Let's start there.
No, I'm saying, what are things that stand out for you in your partner, or that you would want to, like, him to improve on, I guess, that would make you feel better?
I feel like before, my partner was more emotionally intelligent. And I feel like I, unfortunately, caused them to suppress their emotions. And so I feel like now I'm in a place where, like, I have definitely done a lot of healing. I'm more connected to my emotions. And now I wish I could get, like, that piece of the relationship back. Because I feel like it does ultimately, like, if you're not emotionally mature, like I could say in the beginning of the relationship, I was always like, well, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go. And I would be like, get out the car door when it was still on.
But what do you do it because...
restaurant.
What do you do it because you wanted it?
Bitch, I remember the stories, actually.
We'll stay for later. Dude, I even used to, like, if he would be upset with me and we'd be, like, on the street, and he would, like, say something that pissed me off, I would open the door while it was still fucking on her, while I was at a stop sign, and walk out. And, like, Brian would be chasing me, and I would look at me like, low-key, I did like it. Because I felt reassured.
She loved being chased.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I felt reassured in that moment that he was, like, willing to, like, fight for me and did not want me to leave or go.
But
like,
you weren't
in a toxic, I could say that's toxic. Don't take that as a fucking, like, a Cinderella story, bitch. Like, you need to go seek therapy, you know? I'm just saying, like, I could truly, like, in that moment, because I was, like, not emotionally developed or mature, that I truly thought, like, oh, he really does love me because he's not willing to leave me. Until one day he did. That's a story for another day.
Whoa. Damn, that got deep.
It's just like,
I think we're good. We can
I think we're good, guys.
Yeah, guys. So, yeah, that's our story. Point is, a key takeaway is have fun when you're dating. Don't date with, like, husband standards. When you find someone who reciprocates and treats you exactly how you want to be treated, and you find your equal, then you should move in that direction. But still, never give all of you to the point where you lose yourself.
No, think like a man. Honestly, like, be a bitch in the beginning. Especially.
Be a bitch. Men love bitches.
Another key takeaway would be value yourself. Don't lose yourself with one person, and continue having a lot of hobbies and doing things that you love on your own. And it can be with a person too, but just don't lose yourself. So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Don't forget to follow us on our socials.
Guys, who's back?
Back to meditating
again. Guess who's back?